Here we are, another day, and it's been a little bit of a wet, rainy west coast here on Vancouver Island. I love these kind of days, but I managed to get in the bike ride. I had to pedal pretty hard to get home before the rain really started to pour. So I'm still kind of in my biking clothes. I'm in my Stanfield trying to warm up. Just wanted to show you what I've been doing to keep my nervous system really calm. It's something that I find very meditative, and it allows that creativeness in me to come out. I've been painting rocks, and I think I will start spreading these little rocks on the dirt trails that I am exploring. So I'm going to set my timer here so that I can keep this workout hopefully around 30 minutes. We'll see. I'm going to suggest that. Oh, and I know most of you are doing your practices on your living room floor. I'm thinking you are. Some of you have told me that. So I figured today we're coming upstairs. I'm going to do it on my living room floor as well. This is where I hang out. So you're going to need a strap. Hopefully we'll get to that one. And if it is that you feel like you need a little extra bit of propping, rolled up blankets, towels, blocks if you have, we're going to once again freeform it. Into the legs, bit of the hips, some core work. Let's have some fun. Come along and join me. Find yourself on your back, on your mat, feet planted. Take the time to arrange yourself. The forehead, the chin, the same height, the back of the neck comfortably long. Feet planted where they're comfortable, arms extended out by sides, palms up. Connect all those places that are touching the earth. Let them sink into the earth. Connect to your breath. This is life. And I hope you're doing okay right now with what life is serving up. As you're ready, let your knees drop off to the side. Look in the opposite direction. We're just going to pause here a few breaths. How do you feel today? What do you feel in the outer hips, in the neck? Be kind. Pay attention. Let this practice be exactly what it is that you need. Bring the knees back up, the face so that it's looking up, and let's take it in the other direction. As you come in the other direction, notice if it's tighter, looser. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? And then just one more time, slowly. Going both directions again. Okay. Bring everything back to center. Float the feet off the floor. Bring the knees in. Cup the knees with the hands. Okay. As you breathe out, draw the knees in closer to the chest. And as you breathe in, let them move away from the chest. Okay. Do this a few times. It's quite lovely on the lower back. Let the feet hang from the ankles. Our magic number again today is going to be 3. Okay, we're going to add to this. As you draw the knees in, lift the head and shoulders, tuck the chin. As you breathe in, head and shoulders back down, knees draw away. Okay, 2 more times. Take your time. You're going to put the left foot flat on the floor and slowly extend that right leg up to the ceiling. Arms by your sides, thumbs pointing up to the ceiling. Okay? And take your time here, letting this right leg, the lifted leg, settle into this place. Toes draw down towards the knee, the back of the heel reaching up. Reach the same arm, right arm up to the ceiling. Let the arm bone plug into the shoulder socket. Now, as you exhale, draw these limbs away from one another. Pay attention to what you feel. Inhale, bring them back up. You can do that 2 more times. Take your time. There's no need to rush it. Okay, last one. Let's hold it for a few breaths. And you can put the heel flat on the floor, or you could just let the heel hover off the floor. The fingers are extending outward. The right foot is pressing forward. And watch these front ribs that they don't pop up towards the ceiling. You want to keep drawing them down and in. Okay. Bring the limbs back up. Set the foot to the floor and the arm comes down. Couple breaths here. Just notice what you feel. Okay, now slowly extend the left leg up. Okay, and take a few breaths here, letting the leg settle in here. I can feel the hamstring is a little tight here, so I'd like it to settle in. I can feel the back of my pelvis, the sacrum, anchoring down. My shoulders are relaxed. Okay, left arm floats up. Okay, and with the exhale, these limbs extend away from one another. Slowly bringing them back up. Okay. 2 more times. Last time, extending. And again here, you can hover the heel off the mat, or you can have it placed on the mat, whatever works for you. Okay? Notice what you feel all down this left side. Inhale, bringing the limbs up. Okay? Set the foot on the floor, the arms by your side, just once. Knees go one direction, and they go the other direction. Okay. We come back to center. I'd like to get into this core a little bit. So here, thumbs to the front lower ribs, little fingers towards the hip bone. And all this place in between here, there's just the tiniest bit of firming. Okay? Slowly, you're going to start to float the feet off the floor, keeping this space between the fingers in contact. You're going to lift the feet so that the shin bones are parallel to the floor. Point the toes up to the ceiling. Okay? Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Okay? Bring just the finger pads together. Slowly, you're going to open the legs apart. As you exhale, lift the head and shoulders and draw the hands between the knees. Contraction down the belly. Inhale, head and shoulders back down, arms, fingers pointing up to the ceiling. 2 more times. Coming on up. Inhale, back down. Last one. As you put the head and shoulders back down, bring the legs together. And we're going to do one more. This time, you're going to take the weight into the left shoulder, lift the right, and reach the hands to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, reach the hands to the outside of the right knee. You do this 2 more times. It's almost as if you're drawing the front lower ribs towards the opposite hip bone. Notice what you feel across the belly on the diagonal. Okay, keeping those inner legs together. And this is the last one. Okay. Draw the knees into the chest. Okay, a little rock side to side. You can lift the head and shoulders. Tuck yourself into a little ball here. And then slowly lift the legs up to the ceiling. Hands come in behind the thighs. We're going to bring it up to hands and knees. So if you find here you just want to roll off to your side, you can. But this is quite lovely. This little pumping action of the feet, you can lift the head and shoulders and start to roll along the length of the spine. And it's rippling through each vertebrae until you come all the way up to hands and knees. Okay? Coming on hands and knees. I figured I had to get back on my bike here because the 4-year-old granddaughter just got a new bike and she is becoming quite the little shredder. And I'm determined that this summer her and Grandma are going to hit the trails. Hands and knees. Okay. As you exhale, round the back up to the ceiling. Drop the head, chin to the throat. Look back between the knees. Bidhalasana, cat-cow. And as you inhale, tailbone lifts. Sit bones widen. Belly moves towards the earth. And the heart draws between the arms. The mid-back even draws into the body. Okay. Exhale, rounding upward. Okay, one more time, round it downward. We're going to do that move we did in the last practice. Round the back upward. And then you're going to draw the right shoulder and right outer hip together. There's a contraction happening between these two places. Inhale, back at center, round the back towards the earth. Exhale, round it up and gather left shoulder, left outer hip. Okay, feel that contraction, but feel what it brings to the other side of the torso. Okay, back at center, round the back down. Okay, come back to center. Okay, we're going to come into Vastasthasana prep. Okay, so take your time here, come in very slowly. Right leg extends back there, toes tucked under, resting on the floor, head in line with the shoulders. Now, you could just stay here and work this bird dog, floating the leg up and away a few times, or tuck the left toes under, swing them just off the mat to the left side. You're going to place that right foot flat on the mat, and you're slowly going to open up to the right side of your mat. Right arm floats up towards the ceiling. Okay. Feel this, the underside of the torso is drawing into the body. Okay. I like to do this. Turn the palm so that it's facing overhead and extend that arm alongside the right ear. So you get this great stretch as you're reaching out through the outer right foot, opening up the right side of the body. It is an amazing stretch. Now, following through, look down, right hand comes down to the mat, and carefully bring the right knee back. Okay, bring the left foot back. Round your back up to the ceiling. Round the back the other way. Okay, we're going to do it on the other side. I'm going to tuck the right toes under, and I'm going to I'm going to swing them off to the side. I'm going to send the left leg straight back, but then I'm going to place the sole of the foot flat. And I'm slowly opening up to the left side of the mat. The left leg is totally in line with the left hip joint. The shoulder blades are meeting the back ribs. And you can start to extend the left arm up and over and just let it drape. The right side ribs are drawing into the body. You can feel there's a contraction in that side waist, and it's really opening up this whole left side of the body. And following through, looking down, left hand comes down, left knee comes down, right foot comes back onto the mat, round the back up, round the back down. Okay. Do that one more time. And you can even come into any other movements, shapes that feel necessary and needed. Okay. We're going to bring it up to standing. If you have a way that you like to come up to standing, off you go, or tuck the toes under. As you start to walk the hands back to the knees, float them away, set the heels down, knees are bent, and it's rolling through each vertebrae to come up to standing. Okay. And here we are, standing. I'm going to take the stand field off now, so a little bit warmer. We're going to come in and get into these legs a little bit, into the inner legs. We did this last day. You're going to step your feet wide. Toes are pointing straight forward. Shoulder tops are relaxed. And they're anchoring. Can you feel big toe, little toe mounds, heel, but the inner arch is lifting up. Knees are soft. Cactus arms, bring your arms up and just bring them up high enough that the shoulder tops stay relaxed. Head is in line with the spine, and you can even move the elbows, the forearms back just a little bit so you connect with your shoulder blades. The weight evenly drops into the feet. Now slowly, let's lean towards the left. There's that contraction again in the left side waist. The right side torso is opening up. Okay, inhale, come back up. Let's take it the other way. Come in slow. And you know, if this is it, if this is where you're comfortable, where your edge is, stay here and play with it. Your edge is that point at which you start to move towards the restriction. Move towards it, lean into it, slowly, kindly. Okay? Come back up. Reach the arms out and float the arms down. Okay, you're going to bring the hands up on these hips. Move the elbows back. Imagine the heart moving towards the back body. The navel gathers in. Little bend in the knees. And now slowly fold forward. Slide the hands down to the knees. Okay, we're going to get into these inner legs. The bum is moved out behind. The weight is still even in the feet. Okay? So even it off. If the heels are taking all the weight, shift it forward a little bit. Okay? You're going to shift your weight over the left knee that bends and smear the outer right foot into the mat. Okay? Watch that this right knee is comfortable. So be very mindful that you're not locking it. Can you feel the stretch down this inner leg, the right inner leg? And let it be just enough. A few more breaths here. And then let's shift over to the other side. Okay, coming in slowly, paying attention. We want you to walk away from this practice with a smile on your face. Okay. Bring it back to center, hands on the hips. Okay, I know how to bring a smile onto your face. As you breathe in, come straight up. You're going to heel toe these feet together. Okay, check in. Notice how you feel. Okay. Goddess pose. You're going to turn the toes out a bit, the feet apart. You're going to bend these knees. Okay, the pelvis sinks down. The spine is upright. Okay, you can feel the legs get quite active here. You're going to bring in those cactus arms again. So if you're feeling a lot of angst and just kind of yucky for this time that we're in, or even if you feel like your energy is really low, this is going to help with that. I'm going to move back a bit so that you can really see me. Goddess pose. Okay, inhale, reaching. Big breath in. Stick your tongue out. One more. Remember the number is 3. Come on up. Release your arms down. You might even notice that the heart is beating a little bit more. Okay. Now, step your feet wide again. Okay. This is our Trikonasa. I love this posture. It's going to get into the hips, it's going to get into the hamstrings. You may feel it gets into lower back a bit. Okay. Right, I'm going to do the right leg, you do whatever. But I'm going to turn my right leg and I'm going to call that the forward leg. Okay. Its heel lines up to the other foot's inner arch. And you'll notice that the knee is bent, the forward leg is bent a little bit. And I'm really anchoring into its heel, its big toe mound. The pelvis is tipped a little bit. Okay? Now, keeping your hands on your hips, slowly, as you press that forward foot down and forward, we start to straighten the leg. The pelvis tips and we start to lean out over the forward leg. Okay? Bend the knee again. Okay? Do that again. Slowly straightening, maybe tipping the pelvis a little bit more. And we do all this as we stay anchored into the outer edge of the back foot. 3 times, one more time. It's that slow straightening the leg just to the point where the knee is comfortable. Okay? The forward leg, its thigh wraps outward, and I'm drawing its sit bone towards the back foot's heel. There's a little contraction here in the upper waist, side torso, to lengthen out this bottom waist, side torso. Okay? And there is a little bit of movement here, the bottom ribs forward, the top ribs back. I can feel the stretch in the inner hamstring, a little bit in the inner leg here. I'm drawing this back hip back. And you could float the arms out. You could lightly rest the forward leg's fingers on it. Okay. And it's playing. Okay. Maybe there's a little better place that fits your experience. Okay. A little bend in the knee, forward knee, and that slow coming on up. Okay. Turn the forward leg. Okay, we're going to go right to the other side. Now turn the other leg. Heel arch. Okay. And we anchor into the big toe mound, the heel. The toes are pointing straight forward. Hands up on these hips. Now you might notice that the back hip is just slightly forward a little bit. Okay? That's okay. If you find that this hip is really tight, you could even turn the back foot, the toes outward a bit. Okay? Or you can keep them straight ahead, or you could turn them in a little bit. Okay? Bend in the forward knee. Okay? Pressing the foot down and forward, we start to straighten the forward leg, tip the pelvis, and start to lean out over that leg. Taking our time, paying attention to the whole journey, the start point, the end point, everything in between. Okay, this forward leg, thigh wraps outward, its sit bone reaches to that back heel. I'm even feeling there's a little bit of action here, cross action in the belly. Okay. And it's floating the arms out wide or resting the front hand on the front leg. Okay. You can look up, you can look straight ahead, you can look down. And then as you feel satisfied, front knee bends, and we come on up. Arms come down, turn the leg, heel toe, walk your feet together. Okay, check in. Notice how it is that you feel. Okay, we're going to bring it down on the mat to finish this off. Have your strap nearby. Okay. And come on down. As you come down, feet are apart. Wave your knees side to side. Notice what you feel, where you feel it. Okay? Each one of us is so different in what we feel, what we experience. Just like we all look different on the outside, we feel everything different on the inside. Okay? See that your feet are in under the knees. If you were to reach, you could maybe touch them or almost touch them. Okay? This is a little bit of work just to strengthen these hamstrings, the glutes. Okay? Staying anchored again into the heel, the big toe mounds. Okay? I'm going to do cactus arms. Okay, tucking elbows in by my sides, leaning into those elbows, outer shoulders, back of the head. And you can feel that the mid-back has come away from the mat. Gonna lift the right foot off the floor, bring the knee in over the hip. Okay. And slowly standing into the left foot, picking the pelvis up. Okay, you can reach back, you can feel, yeah, the glutes firming there. Okay, slowly bring the pelvis down. Okay. As you stand into that foot, its knee reaches forward. We try to keep the pelvis as level as we can. Bringing it on down. Last one. Inhale, come on up. Keeping anchored into the standing foot's big toe mound and heel, and then come on down. Put the right foot down. Okay? Wave your knees side to side if you need a little bit of getting rid of anything that crept in unneeded. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, this is my hip that I need to work on. This is my Achilles heel here. Okay. 3 times. Standing into that right foot, picking the pelvis up. I can feel things working there. I'm staying anchoring into the right big toe mound and heel. Okay, last one. I'm not rushing it. I'm taking my time. I'm breathing. Okay, and we come on down. Okay, both feet flat, and just a couple times waving the knees side to side. Okay, now I know that my hamstrings got quite a workout today. Pedaling because my feet are clipped into my pedals. Okay, so we're going to finish off with the practice, the strap work that we did the other day. Back of the head comfortable, the neck is long. I've walked my feet a little closer together. I'm going to do the right leg first. You could do whatever. Okay, we bring its knee in towards the chest. We're going to loop the strap over the foot, and letting the strap just flow through the hands, extending that leg up to the ceiling. And you can keep your arms straight here, letting the weight of the arms sink that leg bone deeper into the hip joint. Checking out that the leg is definitely in over the hip. I like this one too. Extend the left leg outward. Okay. You can let the heel hover. You can lift the head and shoulders. Look down that left leg. There's the contraction again through the belly. Looking up towards the right foot. Its toes dripping down to the knee, the back of the heel reaching up. The head and shoulders come down. You're going to take the strap into the bull straps into the right hand. Going to turn the toes outward a bit. Left hand is on the left hip to help anchor that hip down. And it's just taking this right leg out just a little bit out to the side without losing the anchoring of that left side of the body. Okay? And you can even draw the right foot more forward, overhead. Reaching out through the inner foot, inner leg, inner foot, and drawing back from the outer foot, outer leg to the hip. Soften the knee, bring the leg back up. Okay, let's take the strap in the other hand, right arm out wide. Watch that this outer hip, imagine that it's connected, an elastic band, towards that left foot. Okay? And it's drawing this outer hip down. You can even hook the thumb in that hip. And you're just taking the leg across until you feel something interesting in the outer hip, down the outer leg. As long as you can keep the right shoulder flat on the floor, you could even roll more into the left side of the pelvis and bring this into a sweet little twist. Soften the knee, bend it, carefully bring the leg back up, let go of the strap, and reach the leg out for a couple breaths. Paying attention to what the sensation is. Okay, let's put both feet flat again. Okay, let's do the other side. You're going to bring the left knee in, loop the strap around the foot, extend the foot up to the ceiling, and I'm lifting my head and shoulders and I'm checking in. Yeah, that leg is drawing straight up out of the hip. I like to keep my arms straight, but you might like to keep your arms, your elbows down by your sides. You could even take the strap wide here as you extend the other leg out on the mat, looking down it. There's so many different variations that you can play with, so please do be creative. Head and shoulders come down. I'm going to take both straps, and you notice how I loop the straps around my hand. I find it much easier there to hold on to. I've got the right hand on the right hip. I've turned the left leg out a bit. And I'm just going to take it out. It doesn't have to go really far. Okay? But then I can draw it more overhead if it's available. It's paying attention to what really is available to you. Where do you really need to be? What is necessary? Okay? It's not necessarily necessary to look exactly like you see on a magazine cover or on the internet. What does your posture look like that is comfortable in your body? Okay, soften the knee, bring the leg back up, swap the strap in the hand, okay? Draw the outer hip towards that right foot, okay? Or you can hook the thumb in the hip crease and keep the hip down so that you're not bunching up in its side waist or the side of the torso. And it might be that you just do it a little bit till you feel something interesting. Or maybe if you can keep the left shoulder flat, you can let the weight roll more towards the right side of the pelvis. Okay? It's, what's available in your body. Okay? This is your experience. And then when you're satisfied, when you feel complete, bend the knee, carefully bring the leg up, unloop the strap, throw it away, extend the leg out. Okay. Lying flat on your back, do nothing. Close your eyes, check it out. One more place. Okay, we finish with what we started. Put the feet flat, yet taking the width of your mat. Arms out wide. Okay, drop the knees one direction. Couple breaths there, checking it out. When you're satisfied, drop them the other direction. Feel the breath. Move through your body. Let's do it just one more time. Okay. As the knees go one way, look the other way. And then switch directions. Your final placement to rest, 3 to 5 minutes, and it might be that you are quite comfortable here, but maybe you keep the knees bent, you flare the heels wider, drop the knees inward, hands to the belly or arms out to the side. Maybe you extend your legs straight out, okay? Arms out to the side, totally starfish it right out on the floor. Or maybe some of you are better served coming up to a comfortable seated place. Whatever your experience that completes, whatever shape completes your experience here, dial it in. This is all about you. Be honest with yourself about where you need to be, how you're feeling. Be kind. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I hope I kept it at least under 35 minutes for you. Until next time, friends, be safe, be well, be healthy.